Welcome, everybody, to Flip the Scrip, episode 13. Hope you're having a wonderful day and you aren't melting like I am in Dallas, Texas, where it is a balmy 105 today. Hopefully you are cooler or at least enjoying some ice cream or other yummy frozen treat. And yeah.
Ice cream, yum.
Sounds good, right?
Sounds good.
Should I come down and visit the team?
Yeah, hey, look, it's Kelly up there. Let's bring her down.
I'll say, bring some frozen treats with you, please. I don't know if she got it.
What's your favorite frozen treat?
Oh man. Kind of in my head, I'm thinking cookies and cream ice cream. I don't know why that's on my head right now, but that's always a winner.
I am a sucker for McDonald's vanilla cones. And I know everybody thinks they're gross, but I love them. And they're like, well, I don't know what they are, maybe $1.59. But anyways, delicious. Delicious.
No judgment. There's a Ben & Jerry's flavor called Chocolate Therapy. And just on the name alone, they got me. It is amazing. There's so much good stuff in there, but I use it as prescribed. It is my chocolate therapy.
Love it.
Yeah. Take one daily. That'd be great.
So how you guys doing?
Doing good. I've been traveling, which I don't like, but it's good to be home.
Where'd you go?
I was out on an adventure to Zoom invited the analysts. They have an event called Zoom Perspectives, where they invite us, whatever I am. Am I an influencer now? I think we're becoming influencers, us analysts. Doesn't that sound impressive? Oh, yes. Oh, you, of course. You've always been.
I'm not influential. Don't let me be influential, please.
With that hair, you're an influencer. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
It is what it is.
Or am I just influenced by other cool people that have this hair?
An influencee.
A chicken or the egg thing. Brought it back to farm.
Yeah.
I love the frosted tips, though. I'm bringing it back.
I know. Someone has to.
I can go with that. I have some natural frosting going on here. I didn't have that when I was younger. My natural platinum highlights.
There you go.
But I was out at Zoom for a few days, and they had a bunch of us, and the entire exec team was there, like the highest level exec team, and they answered our questions and told us what's going on with their strategies, and it was really great. It was a great few days.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
And you went to this weird house thing? Tell us about that.
Oh, okay. So, they have us at a nice hotel for the sessions and the meetings and everything. And then they take us on an excursion one of the nights. And it was, it's out in Northern California with the redwoods. It's like trees are big here. Wow. And it was this, it's this property that's rented out for weddings. It's gorgeous. And there's a lake. There's a little chapel by the lake. And what it was originally some rich family, I guess, built it for their kids as a massive playground. So there's like a full-size chess set, like a human-sized chess set. There's a train. Human. There's a train going through. There's like a dragon hanging from the tree. There's a little like fairy dollhouse that you could hang out in. It's all this like, if you could be a kid and just imagine anything you want. And it's beautiful, and there's gardens. So it was a wonderful night. I forgot what the place is called. Nestlewood or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I when I edit, should I put up some pictures? I'll put some pictures.
And the creepy cult family picture too. That would be awesome.
Reminder to later future David, edit in some pictures.
Well, that's awesome. Did you learn anything interesting?
I thought maybe I'm being biased because they're so nice to me and they treat me so well that I walk out thinking, wow, Zoom is a smart company that has great leadership and is in good shape for the future. But I was watching a podcast with two of the more serious analysts in my space, David Michaels, who we've invited to be on a future episode. I hope David will show up, and nice. Zayas Caravalla, who's just brilliant and awesome. And the two of them were saying how basically they got the same impression that I got. Zoom's looking good. Zoom knows what they're doing. They got a good strategy, and that made me feel good because I've always been a fan of Zoom, and they're competing against Microsoft, and that's just not fair. It's just not fair. Because, okay, we have Microsoft Teams for free, basically, because we have Office 365, and we have to decide whether or not we want Zoom. That's not a fair fight. So I was kind of worried going in that the Zoom is going to say, look, we had a big boost over the pandemic, but Microsoft Teams is really killing us now, and we're just kind of holding on as best we can. But no, they're growing. They're in there. So.
Nice. There you go.
It was very cool.
You zoomed in and you zoomed out.
I sure did. Oh, I don't know if I can show these. I got some Zoom stickers. You're on mute.
Nice. There you go.
And they had, oh, I don't have it here. I should have brought it. They gave me a baseball cap and it says you're on mute. Oh, I should have it. I should have it right here so I could. Oh wait, I do have it. I was smart. I'm keeping it right here, so anytime anyone's on mute, I'm gonna bam. You can't see it. Huh?
Always be wearing a baseball cap.
Yeah, baseball caps work with my hair perfectly, right?
There you go.
That's a great.
It fits on there.
So anyway, thank you, Zoom. And with that, should we any other announcements before we head into the news?
Not that I know of.
No, it's pretty uneventful, which I think is good.
Sometimes. Today's news is brought to you by The Farm. Go to The Farm AV to learn more about The Farm. By the way, when I go to thefarmav.com, sometimes I see Fang.
Yeah, his face is on our homepage.
I just go and I'm like, I expected, integration and AV tech. I'm like, oh my God, it's Fang. It's like fangav.com.
Some unlucky soul. Sometimes it's randomized. So sometimes the most unlucky people get me every now and again. So
that's really funny. Our CFO Tom, he's like, I really liked it when we had everybody's photos up there. He's like, but now when I go to the website, it kind of freaks me out.
It takes up like 50% of the page. It's huge.
It's really, I'll try to show it. Future David, while editing, remember.
We swapped out words for just giant pictures of us.
It should be fangav.com.
What's going on?
That's my side hustle.
I hope you should get like a dollar every time someone clicks on it or something. Do you get residuals?
Yeah. I should monetize it. Yeah. Also ad space.
I'm crying. Okay.
So we have two news stories today. I wish we just had one, but unfortunately, the second one we have to deal with. Actually, neither of them are very happy. But the news is the news. One is, do you remember the company called BlueJeans?
Yeah.
And do you see where I'm going by asking if you remember them?
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
They went down the tube?
Down the tube. Down the tube.
Down the blue tube.
And it makes me sad. They were bought by Verizon. And I'm kind of worried when a company as big as Verizon buys you, it's like, are they going to lose you? Are they going to forget you exist? Are they going to give you the love you need? And we can't completely blame Verizon because the pandemic hit and Zoom and Teams were all over it and BlueJeans just wasn't quite ready for it.
Right.
But
what's their marketing slogan that they used to have that we talked about once?
Way back in the day.
Oh boy.
When they first started, what was it? It was oh shoot. It was something suggestive.
Something about you can find us in our blue jeans or something.
Yeah, or something about
I forgot.
They had at their early. Oh, I shouldn't even say this, but it's true. At the very, very earliest trade show, they had booth babes. Remember when booth babes were a thing?
Yeah. We had them at our booth too.
And the T-shirt said BlueJeans. Try me, I'm easy.
I mean,
I have a shirt somewhere. I don't remember what it is, but it's something like
terrible.
It's like really something like "Join me in my blue jeans" or something.
Yes,
in my
that's what it was.
Oh,
is that what it is? Something like that.
Yes.
I mean, it's almost like there's a party in my pants. You're invited. It's almost as bad as that. But
right.
they had.
It's okay. Bye, blue jeans.
Yeah. No, but
for some reason, honestly, I know exactly what their marketing guy looks like. I can just picture him in my brain right now. That's not a guy I would want to hang out with. To be fair, I
don't want anyone to leave this thinking that having that as their impression of BlueJeans, because those were two little marketing things over the course of 10 years when everything else was good, and they were a good company. The people there were good. I feel bad because I know a lot of the people there, and they're really good people, like nice people, not just good at technology, but like nice, good people. And BlueJeans was the first fun company. They were Zoom before Zoom. We think of Zoom came in and Zoom is fun and cool and Zoomtopia and all this stuff, and before that everyone was just sorry, Cisco, but Cisco, we are Cisco. It's not as much fun. BlueJeans was
in Delaware.
Yes, Microsoft.
You say that all the time.
Microsoft is a very serious company, but BlueJeans was fun and cool, and it was the first time that you could get on a Skype call, and Skype was a thing, and connect to a meeting room system. That was the biggest thing that ever happened. It was mind-blowing. It was revolutionary. And then just, Zoom came in and changed the game. And if BlueJeans hadn't kept up, I would have said, well, they didn't keep up, but they did. They were always 6 months behind, but they kept having these releases. I'm like, oh, BlueJeans is good now. Every 6 months I would say, oh, BlueJeans is good now. They had an update. They're like Zoom now. They're good now. And then Zoom would get ahead again.
So did they just get dissolved?
I don't know the business details, but it's all over, my Twitter, because that's what my Twitter is. And there's some news stories. Bottom line is it's gone. There's no more. I emailed to I think I even got an email as one of their customers. Yeah, we're sorry, we're shutting down your service. And it's a sad side of our story. Other companies have come and gone. Video, VIDYO. Oh, they made a lot of mistakes. Life Size, they made a lot of mistakes. Life Size is
Starleaf?
Starleaf. That's another one that I liked. I was rooting for Starleaf. That was smart, cool technology.
What about Pexip? Is that still around?
Pexip is doing okay, actually. They recently announced partnership with Microsoft Teams, which is great.
Okay.
They're very good at security and they're very good at interop with systems. So to connect Microsoft to an old system, I should say old, legacy, whatever it is, traditional.
Yeah, there you go.
Pexip's really good at that. And Pexip just came out with something which is, I think, even better. They have a partnership with Poly. Poly used to have infrastructure. You used to buy Poly room systems and make a call over a Poly network instead of Zoom before there was Zoom. Zoom kind of beat them at that. They don't really have that anymore, but their customers still look for that. They have customers that say, hey, we can't use Zoom for this reason or that reason. Not everyone can use Zoom. Not everyone can use Microsoft. We need something special. We need our own little network. Do you have that? And Poly was like, kinda. We have something. We have this Clarity thing. There's something called Clarity that sort of did it. Pexip does that awesomely, but no one knows who Pexip is. Poly selling Pexip's thing as a Poly thing. It's perfect. I love it. It's
nice.
perfect.
That's cool. Well,
Okay.
go Pexip. Sorry, BlueJeans.
Yeah. So our second news story, and I feel bad because our guest is sitting there and she's nodding along. I'm like, oh, Erica knows this stuff. We should have her in here. So let's go quick on this. But Zoom had a scandal.
Uh-oh.
Zoom had
Who
a
slept
scandal.
with who? Sorry.
That's not a bad guess.
Oh my goodness.
Did I make you blush?
No, this is just a video. This is just a video effect. I turned up the tint. So they every once in a while they rewrite their terms of service, and their terms of service got rewritten in March. And the way it's rewritten, it is easily misunderstood. And I made a video on this, which we always talk about shameless self-promotion when I point to my own videos. No one ever talks about shameful self-promotion. This is shameful. I am a little ashamed, okay, because I am self-promoting, but I did make a video.
Are you going to show it right now?
No. I'll ask you if you can put a link to it when you post this on YouTube. That'd be nice.
There you go.
But I made a video going through their TOS and explaining what it is. And without going too deep, there's a section that everyone ignored that says Zoom is allowed to use your data if you give it permission to. So let's say Zoom, and what everyone's really worried about is their AI. Zoom is training their AI. Everyone has AI. So let's say you use Zoom's meeting summary function. Zoom is a meeting summary that uses AI. So I turn it on, and at the end of the meeting, Zoom's meeting summary says, hey, David, this is the summary of the meetings, which you needed to know. Obviously, it's listening to us if it's making that summary. It's using AI.
Right.
But is it okay if it then uses that information to train itself to make it better? Some people are okay with that. Some people are like, I don't want that. So when you sign up for meeting summary, there's a checkbox saying, do you want that on or off? It gives you an opt-out before you start it. So it's the way it should be. The way people were reading their TOS, it didn't say, I mean, it does say, but it's tricky in this in legalese. They were reading it to say, Zoom has a license to use all your faces and datas and voices, do whatever the heck we want, and we don't care, and blah, 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 it's all ours, do whatever we want, whether you like it or not, ha, 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 we're Zoom.
But that's not true.
That's not what it said. That's not what it said. It's complicated. I really want to go into the whole, should I give the quick analogy? I'll give a quick analogy.
Do it quick.
Yeah.
Quick. When I turned 16, I had saved my money and I bought a car. And that car came with the terms of service from my parents. I had to keep my grades up, I had to do my homework, I had to be nice to my sister, and I couldn't drive it during nighttime. Sun had to be out. Sun's down, car's home. Those are the terms of service. One of the terms of service was also I have to get a driver's license, which I did. Now, if that's the only term of service you looked at, you'd say, oh, David's parents said he has to get a driver's license. David has a driver's license. Driver's license says you could drive whenever. David can drive whenever. No, I'm just licensed within the regulated use. You know, my friend's like, let's go to the party tonight. No, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. But you have a license. That's a different, same kind of thing. There was a thing that said, this is what Zoom's allowed to do. And it said in there, with your user's permission. The next session said, Zoom has a license to do everything that it could do under the first. And people just read the license section.
Yeah. They read in a vacuum. That makes sense.
So one more thing to wrap this up. Let me show you, because I think this shows something about what kind of company it is and what kind of man Eric, what kind of CEO Eric is. Eric, the CEO of Zoom and the founder of Zoom, and something that came up during the thing that I was at, the event that I was at, is he is still a very active founder. He's still running the company. He's not a figurehead. He's not like Elon off on other adventures. So he posted, and you might not be able to read this, it's too small, but just to make a point, he posted this thing on LinkedIn saying, customers, I'm sorry. I mean, he doesn't defend ever. He doesn't, like I explained why he doesn't do that. He goes, we're wrong. We're going to fix it. We love you. We want you to be happy. He is so, because that's his whole thing. And people have been replying to it all night, and every reply, he's replying with a thank you. See the comments under? That's him. Thank you.
Really?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. He stayed up all night last night. It goes on and on and on. And I mean, do you see how much I'm scrolling? Every single person who said, hey, and some of them had problems. You know, I'm not happy with your terms of service. You need to change it. He responded personally. It goes on and on and on and on to every single one. So either he is really good at keeping up the act, or no, he really wants to get it right. He really,
or he used the AI that he's been collecting.
I was gonna say.
I didn't even consider that. Oh my goodness. All right, so that's all my news today.
Oh, well, that was
not happy news today.
Yeah, not all bad, but
not bad. I mean, I feel bad for BlueJeans people. That sucks.
Yeah.
I feel better for Pexit people and Polly, and the Zoom CEO is super cool.
There you go.
Zoom will be okay. They'll get through this.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
I mean, we're using it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we ready to hang with Fang?
Hang with Fang!
Yay! I need to make a song for this. I want to do a Hang for Fang theme song.
Ooh, that's cool.
Love it. Since today we're like in the dead middle of summer, I have a quick summer story. My wife and I got married back in 2016. And for our honeymoon, we went down to San Diego just to, do the zoo thing, go to the beach, hang out, nothing too crazy. And I've been to many a beach up in Northern California where like waves are a little bit taller, water's a lot cooler. But I got pretty comfortable, right? I could go out pretty far. I'd swim with seals every now and again. That was a little weird just because, there's shark food. So where there's shark food, there's sometimes sharks, but never had any issues. But I'd get comfortable. I'd swim out till I got tired, play in the waves, and then come back. So going down to San Diego was super exciting, right? Because it's super clear water. It's like, I don't know, 20 degrees warmer, if not more. And so I could be out there all day. And so my wife, Katie, lays down just to get, sunbathe, do her thing. I run out into the water like a kid. And I'm out there for a little while. And some amount of time goes by, what seems like, an hour. Because I'm like going out in the water, coming back, going in the water, coming back. I'm like going all on the beach. Eventually I come back to Katie and I just like collapse face down because I'm dead tired. What happened was I was out in the water doing my thing, and I'm very cognizant of all these other people around me because it's a busy beach and all these things. And one thing they always say to watch out for is rip currents. So for those that don't know what that is, it's a current that's beneath the surface, and it can just take you out into the open ocean for miles and miles and miles. And what people don't know is how to get out of them. So people will try to swim against the current, and they'll just get tired, and then they get tired, and then get taken out into the ocean, and then worse things happen. So again, I didn't necessarily think about that because I'm comfortable. I'm in the beach. It's warm. I'm having fun. And I start to notice I'm swimming like a lot, but I'm not moving. So I start to freak out. Yep. So I start to panic swim, and I'm realizing what's happening. And then I realize that I'm in rip current. So what the trick is, you have to swim parallel to the beach. That means you have to leave the current, right? You have to go perpendicular because the current is going out toward the ocean. So you have to go 90 degrees, right, to get out of it. By the time I had figured it out, a lifeguard had caught my dumb self and started paddling out. And eventually I had to I was also that, maybe 5% energy left, to make it back to the beach. And this all happened. And what made it all worse was that, this lifeguard was a kid who was grown up in San Diego, I'm sure, and, grew on the beach. And the problem was he's I don't know, maybe 13, 14, 15, however young lifeguards can be. I'm a full-grown man struggling to swim, a real basic human skill. This kid looks like my younger cousin. And so he just tries me. I'm doing my best to kick with my legs. It's not helping anything. But eventually gets me to shore, and I just go to my wife Katie, who's just, napping. I just collapse in the sand. And I just said, I don't want to talk about it. And then,
I have never met anybody that's actually been saved by a lifeguard.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but now you've met that person, and the idiot is me.
Did your wife see you?
No, because she was napping the whole time. So we just both proceeded to just honeymoon and nap. I needed a nap hardcore, but then we got sunburnt intensely. We cooked like bacon, and so we the rest of the honeymoon was just walking around like stick figures, not trying to touch ourselves and freak out from all the pain. But other than that, it was fun. But yeah, that was one of the bigger blows to the ego I've had in a long time. So yeah, little summer story for you guys.
I love that you're a native Californian too.
I'm telling you, I every other beach trip went so well. And like I said, the only times it got weird where there were animals around, because like I said, because you can't see in the Northern California water because it gets real murky. When it gets murky, some people call it sharky because that's where they can, sneak around and do shark things.
No thanks.
And normally,
did you know sharks are older than trees? Sharks.
Brought it back.
That was our last final thought, Erica. Let's bring Erica in. She's been
let's do it.
waiting. Right. Sorry to do that.
The pharmacist pharmacy.
Welcome to our pharmacy, Erica.
We got new toys behind us.
Yeah, you got some Mersive pods back there.
I love it.
What's a Mersive pod?
Too.
Oh wait,
it's right here. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Guys, this is Erica Carroll. She works for Mersive. You run everything there, right?
Yeah, almost. Product marketing, training, technical documentation, rep onboarding.
Yeah, so everything.
Yeah. So you're Erica Mersive then.
Yeah. Yeah. Practically.
Nice.
So the first time Mersive was mentioned on this show, I said, "Oh, right, that's the technology from Minority Report, the movie with Tom Hanks." And you all laughed at me.
Well, actually, technically, yes.
But it's the wrong Tom.
Yeah.
When I used to check them years ago, they had these cool remote controls that would move things around on the displays from one to another. The shared content. It was very
I remember that.
Like Minority Report, that movie with the Tom Selleck.
If Tom Selleck was a Minority Report. Whoa.
Can we recast Minority Report with Tom Selleck instead of Tom Cruise? I would watch that all day.
To do that.
As Magnum PI in.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I was waiting. I was looking at Kelly, waiting.
It clicked.
All right.
Oh my god.
I'm slow.
It's too funny.
So Erica, give us the spiel on who you are and what Mersive is.
So I am, well, I already told you my title, but there's other things that I do too. I'm also the co-host of the Women in AV podcast over on avnation.tv. And I am the co-founder of the Rosie Riveters Explorers Pro AV fundraiser that we do every year to introduce kids and girls to STEM and go through a productive struggle and build their confidence, and introducing them to projects specifically that lead to AV. So
Nice.
building the future of Pro AV.
Very cool.
Excellent.
I did one of those events here in Dallas, and Erica flew down over to help with the event, and it was so cool. It was so fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Put together, we got the whole like community in Dallas to get together and put together these STEM kits, which was super fun. And we finished in like 15 minutes because we had so many people come and help.
Which is unheard of. So that's supposed to be like an hour networking activity. That's supposed to be casual, drinking, building kits. And they were like knocking it out in 15 minutes.
It was crazy. It was like,
but then we had to go back and do some quality control to make sure that they were all good. But
right. The drinking aspect and all.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we handed them out at Catherine Cordina, our friend, and I handed them out at an elementary school here. And it was super fun to meet the kids and talk to them and give them the little kits. And we actually went back and spoke at a career day too. So it was super fun.
Nice.
Yeah, the more we can do to introduce kids to AV as a career, the better off we're going to be.
Absolutely.
As an industry.
Yeah.
And some diverse folks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Did they still have AV club in high schools?
Do.
I don't know. They do?
Oh.
That's cool.
They do. Yeah.
Like TV station stuff kind of? Or...
Yeah, so it's mostly like the news team where they have like the broadcast and they have a film crew and the sports team. Some people are anchors, some people are behind the scenes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Like sound engineering maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AV club wasn't quite as cool when I was a kid. I remember when I first. No, I considered it because I was looking for clubs and I wasn't good at sports. And I was nerdy enough. I'm like, considered the chess club. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be playing chess. I'm like, band seemed kind of cool because it's musical, and debate because I love talking, obviously. And I'm like, somebody's like, oh, you should check out the AV club. You like nerdy stuff. I'm like, oh, what is the AV club? And it's all this technology and stuff. I'm like, I checked it out. It's like they get to change the light bulb in the projector.
Right.
That was it. That was it. We had a movie projector. They're allowed to press start.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
wow.
This is not the coolest club. And now that's what I do for a living. Now I'm AV club.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
all AV club now.
We're all AV club now.
Now I get to wheel in the VCR to the classroom and press play, Mr. Teacher.
But now the kids must have really cool. I'm assuming it's better than I'm assuming they don't have VCRs anymore.
I don't know
they
why
have this
I still have
stuff,
VCR
right?
still.
Now they're all like Tom Hanks.
It's not in K-12, but definitely in higher education. This is cool for us because this is wireless content sharing. So totally inclusive of any kind of device you might have or however you might want to share, however you're comfortable sharing, and we can have multiple people posting at the same time. So if you think of the traditional way of how people used to come into a conference room and like, well, here's my proposal and here's my proposal. And they'll say, well, let's move that one away and put this one here. This is the digital version of that where all of those things can be posted at the same time.
It's pretty slick. I remember and this was a long time ago. It was at AVI Systems when I was working there, and we were doing a video with you guys. We were doing like a marketing campaign or something. And I had my entire team set up the Mersive, like all of it in a little conference room. And we had like an iPad and a laptop and all this different stuff. It's like super fun.
Yeah. I'm worried that it's not coming across. I've seen this demoed at trade shows, and I'm going to use a word I don't usually use, but it's so much sexier than we're making it sound. I mean, it was, I know that's out of character for me, but we're talking about screen share and people thinking, oh, okay, I've seen devices like this. You put the device in and I hook my laptop or whatever, or put my content in and it's up on the screen. It wasn't just up on the screen. We were in like a mock-up meeting room, and there were screens all around, and some were vertical and some were horizontal and some were big. Yep. And people were putting it up on this one and flapping it over to this one and flipping it over to this one and making it big and making it small and shrinking it and then saving it to that device. It was like in the movies. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. It's a fun product. Yeah. I'm super excited. I love the company I work for. So
how long have you worked there?
October will be 3 years.
Nice.
So I came in mid-pandemic and I didn't actually meet anybody for like a year and a half in person. So building all of those relationships virtually, and then now we're summering in Colorado, so I get to see everybody every day.
So explain to these guys this amazing living quarters you have.
So during the pandemic, we sold our house and moved into an RV, and we traveled all over the Southeast. And then we bought a tiny house, small house. It's like 900 square feet in the Georgia mountains. But now we still have the RV and we try to go out as much as we can. So right now we're spending 2.5 months in Denver for the summer. So beating the Georgia heat, coming up to elevation, we're able to bring the dogs, and
so cool.
maybe even visit Kelly on the way home, because we came up through Kentucky and over, and we might go down through Dallas and Louisiana on the way home.
Cool.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. You also have to tell them, I remember I think Tony told me this. So I think you told Tony this, who's my partner, that your gas mileage that you get when you pull this thing. It's like insane.
Yes. So on a good day, we get 8 miles a gallon.
Oh, my heart. My heart. Oh no.
Yeah. And it is a gas Class A RV. So it's shaped like a bus, basically, not like the camper van with the overhang thing. We have the whole flat windshield in the front. So yeah, on a bad day, like when we're in the mountains, like we are now, it's about 7.4 miles a gallon. However, per pound, it is the most fuel efficient vehicle we have, considering how much weight it's moving. Because my daily driver is a lifted Jeep, which I'm lucky if it gets like 14 miles a gallon. So
sorry. I just remember that him telling me that, my jaw dropping and being like,
yeah. Oh, so the fun part is when you go to a gas station and you fill it up, and the pup stops at like $150 and you have to restart it.
Wow, they stop you at 150?
So what's the most expensive gas bill you've ever had?
Probably around $330.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have to go to
so bad.
It's not terrible, but if you have to do that like day after day, it starts to add up.
How often are you doing that though?
I'm sorry?
How often are you doing that, you think?
So we'll drive 6 hours in one day. Will take us half a tank or so to fill.
Okay.
So we try to stay at half a tank. We don't like to go below that, just in case.
Sure.
But it is an 80-gallon tank. So
yeah.
I just think that is so cool. You can just drive your home wherever you want and hang out.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And bring the dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
I love, like, and I get to sleep in my own bed at night. Like, screw hotels.
Yeah, totally.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Mini Australian Shepherds.
Oh,
that's awesome.
I love it. David's like, I don't know how to respond to any of these things.
Yeah. No.
I can be quiet sometimes. I talk I have to edit these. I talk so much over everyone. It's like, just shut up, David. These people let them talk.
You guys have any other questions for Erica?
I kind of want to learn more about the active learning mode. Have you guys done more about that? Yeah, I know it's a kind of a newer thing.
Yeah, so active learning is super cool because the pod can act as an encoder and a decoder, and any pod can have this feature enabled. So it's always just like one device behind the display. And
that's crazy.
The setup and configuration for it, I don't know if y'all have gone through that part yet, but it is
a little bit
stupid simple. Like you literally just need an IP address and they all talk to each other within the app. And you can say, hey, I want this content to go to every single display in the room, and you can push it out that way. Or you can say, hey, I love what group 3 is doing.
Right.
So I'm going to pull what group 3 is doing and push it out to everybody. And you can have it done as like side by side or take up the entire screen. Active learning is like super cool. It's probably one of my favorite features.
Yeah. For some reason, I glom onto like the silliest of sub features to be excited about. One of my favorites of this one specifically was the eyes front. pop-up that the teacher can activate. So it's like they just hit this button and then it just sends a message out to every screen that says to look up front, just so people aren't just staring at their own screen. They actually look up and see the teachers. I don't know why, but like that's like one of those small details that I'm sure could easily be overlooked, but in like in active learning, it's super crucial. So I just those are my favorite cool little sneaky, like I said, sub features about it that made me excited.
Yeah.
And we can just put David in the background with his mute hat.
Yeah.
You're on mute.
That's awesome.
Nerd.
Know it.
I'm creating some digital signage for our new farmhouse showroom with Mersive and stuff. So I'm excited for that. I plan on learning a whole bunch.
That's cool.
So digital signage for us, with our latest release, we've opened up some of the capabilities so you can access the APIs too in the pod, so it can trigger other items. And as long as it's just a hosted web page, you can do certain things with the display, especially if it's a touch enabled display. You can say, like, I'm walking into a room and, hey, this room is a mess. I need to contact support, or there's a cable missing or whatever. So you can click a button that's programmed onto that web page, like a traditional touch panel, and then say, like, these are the issues and send the support ticket. And using API, you can access, like, immediately create a ticket in their support system, whether it's like ServiceNow or whatever else.
That's awesome.
Because it's all on the internet. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
I think a lot of people are going through what Kelly's going through right now, which is they're saying, hey, we have monitors that are just up. They're there. Somebody already paid for them, and they're connected to the network. It used to be digital signage was so hard because you had to buy this little box to hook up to the monitor, and it was like hundreds of dollars, and then pay hundreds of dollars for the box that sent the signal to. But now the monitors are already connected to the network, and as Kelly was saying before, I know how to make content. I'm a CMO. I make videos. I make graphics. How do I get the graphics up on the monitor? And that's what these digital signage solutions do. And we have this new generation of them. They're easy to use. They're affordable. And I think the AV industry as a whole should be getting excited about this. I want to see more digital signage stuff.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I chimed in. Is that good?
And you did great.
Thank you.
That's perfect. All right. Well, shall we move on to our next segment?
So,
you okay coming with us?
Yeah, let's go.
Back to the farm?
Back to the farm.
Yay!
You're in the hay.
Oh, no.
See. Oh, we might lose her as
awesome.
we zoom in because we have to.
That's okay.
It's a little weird to put us
There
in the
we
corner,
go.
but I didn't want this to be small. I want you to get the full effect. So we have a full screen of our coconuts and us in the corner. Our mildly satisfying segment has become our mildly hydraulic press segment.
Yes. Perfect.
But you guys seem
I'm
to
so
enjoy
glad.
it. Eventually we might run out of these, but you seem to enjoy it. So are you ready?
So good. Yes.
Okay, excited.
Do this.
Oh. Honestly, I didn't know what I was expecting, but the end there, I was not expecting it, if I'm being honest.
Same.
I think we need our own hydraulic press.
I think so too. Where do you
We'll put
buy
it at the farm store, obviously.
Tractor Supply?
There you go. Tractor Supply and hydraulic presses.
If you had your own hydraulic press, it kind of reminds me, a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember, Aurora Multimedia put devices in blenders just to see
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
that's awesome.
There was a
Is that on
YouTube
YouTube?
channel.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like the Will It Blend. Yeah. I remember
Will
that.
It Blend? And it was funny
Will It
because this guy, he looked very serious, and he goes, "Hello, and welcome to today's segment of Will It Blend." Like
Seriously?
totally straight face. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're gonna put an iPhone in a blender and see what happens." He goes,
Yeah.
"Today we're going to see if an iPhone will blend." Yeah, here's our iPhone.
Oh, that's
Will it
awesome.
blend?
Can we have that on our next episode?
If I remember.
Okay. I'll remind you.
Remind me. Do you want to see it one more time?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like that it's not just one coconut, it's 2 coconuts.
Yeah, no, I agree though. The end is startling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Stupid.
And with that, are we ready for our final thoughts?
Yes.
I think we are.
Yes.
This is
okay.
my favorite and my least favorite segment. It's my favorite segment because we all love Kelly, but it's my least favorite segment because it means it's almost over.
Oh.
That's so nice. Okay. So today I have to read it because there's 6 things that I want to talk about. I got this in my email last week. It's called 6 chicken facts to cluck about. So, and I'll put the link in the YouTube thing, in the YouTube description, so you can go read more about them if you'd like more information. But number 1, some early chickens were considered sacred animals. Okay, that's not that cool. Number 2,
Are we supposed to cluck after this or something?
yes, bring back the sound effects, David. Okay. Number 2, ancient chickens had teeth.
Oh,
That's
wow.
scary.
That's creepy.
I don't like that.
Number 3, chickens can recognize one another and humans.
Humans can recognize one another?
I've never heard that before. I don't believe it.
I don't know why that's a fact. I feel like
Number 4, the world's oldest living chicken's name is Peanut.
How old's Peanut?
how old is he? Yeah.
As of this article, 20 years and 304 days.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Does he recognize anybody
Does he have
in his
teeth?
old age?
teeth? Number 5, there are more chickens on Earth than people.
I believe that.
And number 6, a rooster once crashed a president's inaugural ball.
Which president?
President Nixon.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, if it's Nixon, yeah, that makes sense.
I thought you were going to say crashed a car. I was like, I want to know the first part of the story.
Yeah, that's well, I'm not going to leave you with that. I'm going to oh my gosh, like a stutterer. Okay. What I'm going to leave you with is this awesome yet disturbing video that David showed me earlier today that yeah, slightly scarred me, but I thought would be only fair to share it with everyone else so they can see it too.
It's a bonus
excited.
chicken. It's a bonus chicken fact. Kelly said she's collecting chicken facts. I'm like, did you know chickens can be hypnotized?
This is Kevin, my neighbor, and he told me that they know how to hypnotize a rooster. Ready? So you hold him like this.
The rooster did
Watch
not get hurt in the filming of this.
Watch his body. Oh my gosh. Watch.
I thought he was dead.
He's totally fixated on the line. Watch. He's asleep. This is just like when they're roosting. How long will he stay like that?
Few minutes.
It's disturbing.
Sometimes they'll stand up and stare at it and then lay down on
If
the
we
ground.
erase the line, will he wake up?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Is he gonna peck me? Oh my gosh, if you erase the... Don't erase the line! Woo!
That's amazing.
All
That's
right.
wild.
Well,
I want to try that on people. Do you think that'll work? If you draw a line in front of someone, they just fall asleep?
somebody you don't like, just draw a line. Oh, you're annoying.
Line.
Okay. Well, on that note, thank you, Erica, for coming. Thank you, Fang. Thank you, David, as always. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and we will talk to you in the next episode.
Hi, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
you.
Bye.